Now with volume control. Well, I'm back. That can only mean one thing. It worked. If you want to see part one, I'm going to put the link up here. Let's get on with it. Got a little test set up here. I've got the boat battery, got the wires hooked up, and I got it set all the way to the lowest setting right here. Now if I can just get this wire to connect and hold it together with my fingers. Turn it up about there, and there's full volume. There's the lowest volume. Now the signal that it'll actually get will be an intermittent signal from the flasher, so there it'll actually be off. It won't even start. So we'll turn it up. That appears to be the lowest it's going to work on. Turn it up a little bit more. And turn it all the way up. Now we just got to wire it. Wiring it up is pretty straightforward. You're just going between the battery and the load with the wiring harness. Put the potentiometer between the relay and the buzzer as shown in this diagram. It's pretty straightforward. You ever notice how your bench never seems to have less stuff on it as the job progresses? It just gets worse and worse. Anyway, I've got my two wires soldered in. I used red to the battery lead and the blue to the load lead. Both of these wires will have current running through them. Neither one of them is actually a ground. They're in. They're ready to go. I just need to figure out how long to make them so I can solder the rest of the connections together. We'll put it in and give it a test. I'm doing this on a Toyota Celica, so some of the installation stuff is just going to be general, you know, drill a hole here and, you know, do it so it fits your vehicle. When you're soldering the wires onto the terminals, you got to pay attention to a couple things. I had to resolder my wires because this little tab right here has to stick out far enough to go into that slot. It can't be covered up with a wire, otherwise it won't fit in that slot. And this split right here, that notch inside the case goes into that split. So I had originally soldered the wire to this side of it and was trying to get it to go across there, and it wouldn't cross, so I had to resolder that wire to there. So just be aware of clearance issues inside the case if you have to go inside the case to solder your wires. If you're lucky enough, your terminals may be open and you can just solder them to the terminals down here. This has a peg on one side to keep it from rotating. I'm just going to put it in here. Once I get this inside, I'm going to put this in because it's bigger than the hole. So this will have to go back in. I'll have to drop this in from the back. All right, lighting is great in here, which just emphasizes how great the lighting is in here. Installing it in the Celica is going to be fairly simple because I'm installing it in this panel that drops down right here. I don't even know if you can see that hole. Anyway, this is the hole I'm installing it, and that'll end up right here. So all I have to do is install this part of it in here and thread this back up through, and should be that easy if I don't get it wound around too many things in the process. This will just drop through the hole, pin will line up, washer nut on the outside, I'll tighten that up in a little bit and put a knob on it. For right now, just going to snap her in place. Yeah, get a pair of pliers. Out with the old, in with the even older. Turn on the key, wherever the keys are at, in my pocket. How about that? And that's off. All right, now I'm just going to tie these wires back up to the wiring harness in there, get them out of the way so they don't get caught on anything. And that's it. And there you have it, a volume controlled turn signal alarm, alert, warning. And I've got a total of about 17 or 18 bucks in it, and I've got enough stuff to make 2 more of these, and I buy some more of these rheostats. I got enough stuff to make 9 more of them. So, well, as always, thanks for watching. Share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. See you next time.